Alright guys, welcome to Maddenedge.com, and this is going to be a great tutorial. Listen guys, actually I took these from the middle of the game. I did not have my audible set, but I got a request for Seattle from a man named Calvin, and he is in a league, and he's up against a really good player, and he got stuck with Seattle, and he's going to face this guy, so I'm going to do my best of, of showing him what to do with Seattle. And this is for anybody with teams like Seattle. Pay close attention because you cannot go away from what I'm telling you to do and expect to have a reasonable chance of winning consistently with teams like this. They have no speed at linebackers, but they have pretty good awareness in all positions. They don't even really have speed at corners. You cannot gamble. And I knew this going into this game, but my audibles were not set, so um, you'll see what I'm talking about when this guy he scores one time, and it'll be clear that my audibles were not set. As you can see right there, that was the second set that I had second quarter that I had to change them. Watch this lineup, guys. We got Clemens at the end. Hill, the outside linebacker, at the other end, he goes up to a 91, and that was huge for having an impact player at that position. Tutupu's a stud. Hawthorne, you see 79 speed. That's okay. The corners are 88 and 91 speed. That's not really good, but their awareness is good. Thomas, the rookie's really solid, and I had 79 at the other safety. So sorry, I'll try and talk you guys through that, but here we go, guys. So starting out, I'm wrong. I have Carlson at the slot and Williams there. I'm gonna switch this. Watch the difference. No blocking. All right, and I'm gonna switch that pretty soon here. But back to the defense, guys, because defense wins championship. If you have no speed but pretty good awareness and pretty good tackling, you cannot gamble on defense. And here we're putting Carlson. Let's see if we got it. We'll find out right here. And we got it right. Carlson at the 1 and Tate at the slot. And watch this play. West Coast offense, guys. I'm going to try and do this for everybody, but this is actually specific for tournament play, so I'll help everybody out when I can. And this video should help out. For those of you who don't know, I run the West Coast formation exclusively out of the Far Twins formation, and I run the 4-6 defense exclusively. That there was a young playmaker, Tate. I changed his corner route to an out route and reaped the benefits. Now we have Carlson out there, so watch the difference in the tosses. See, just because he's a blocker, you see that? That allowed me to get 3 or 4. Just because he's a blocker, the guys aren't going to run through him because he's, tight ends block. Switch to 4 set at the back. Hasselbeck's really accurate, so you're not going to throw many interceptions running the West Coast with him, that's for sure. Quick read, cuts it upfield, gets the first and goal. Guys, if they're stopping your toss, because the toss is a big play in my scheme, go to the flats. And more specifically, use that slot corner play and make the slot receiver do an out, especially if they're usering the linebacker or the safety, because they pretty much have to choose between 3 evils: either the swing route from the back, the I think it's a mesh or M or N route from the out side receiver, or the slot receiver is going to go out, and it's just kind of 3 things all in that one area. It's almost like a flood, except for the outside receiver is going in, and you're gonna have one of those reads are gonna have some space, and that's the old classic toss. Let's get the defense, guys. Back to defense. No Gambling. As you'll see, when I don't have my audible set, I don't gamble because I know I can't. Especially, and he also said that the guy runs a lot. So this is a great run tutorial video as well, and especially if you don't have studs. Now with the Raiders and different teams, you can pretty much open up the playbook because they have athletes who are going to be able to have success in these different zones and different blitzes. With a team like this, although they are aware, they are not going to be able to call all the plays. You have to condense your playbook. But they're aware. They're pretty good tacklers. So if you play a bend but don't break, you force the guy to outsmart you. And here we go. So on this route, on this drive, I'm not working out of my audibles, but I know I can't be risky. He comes out in two wide run. I go to the three deep spy, not the three deep blitz, because I want that spine backer to hang around in the middle and then pursue the runner like that. Okay? When you don't have studs all over the field, you have to call safer plays. Now here, he goes into the no huddle, but I stay in this three deep because I'm assuming run, because he has Adrian Peterson. And he had somebody dragging across, but he goes deep up top. And this guy had a good record. Maybe like 12 and 5, 12 and 6. And these are the kind of guys you'll be facing in your leagues. And pretty soon you'll see that I don't have my correct audibles. The ones that I showed you in the beginning, I changed those at halftime, but I showed you just to see. We went with the linebacker contain. I dropped to Tupu, who is normally spying into the hook zone. I have four deep there. I have the line men flaring out and a couple backers. Actually, the backers are flaring out and the linemen are going into the hooks. Now you remember Hill, that linebacker I put at the end over there, and he is 91 as a when, and at linebacker I think he was more like 70. So wanted to move him because I wanted an impact player there. And you'll see he's gonna give Adrian Peterson fits all day on these little screen routes and stuff like that. But that's a play you're gonna have to give up, guys. You can't stop everything. And that was fourth. And look at this. Look at this. Watch this play. We don't have Carlson out there for whatever reason on the wide. And I get 2, 4, 5. It's kind of blurry. Sorry. Whatever it was. But I'm going to switch. And I don't know why. Maybe it was some type of passing situation. Still didn't do it right. And my audibles weren't set, even though I knew I was going into this game for a tutorial, because something happened with my user profiles, guys. Watch this. Maybe I'm going to toss here and then you'll see. I do so many games with so many different teams. See there, this is the one I was talking about. With Carlson out there, that doesn't happen when you toss out of that far twins formation. But something has been happening with my system, and I don't know what's going on, to where I have to like go change my audibles in 3 different areas in order for it to stick, and it's really frustrating me. But at the end of the second, I change it. I think this guy scores once, and it will be out of the no huddle, because I don't want to call. These audibles that I had was for an aggressive man-to-man team, and I couldn't go into those audibles with this team. If you don't have the speed to match up, don't go man-to-man. And that's Carlson over there on the wide, guys. Yeah, he's solid. He's like 84 or 87. I put him at the 1, and what happens is that he can kind of post everybody up. He can block, and he's pretty quick. And that's a decisive route. And that's the kind of plays that you're going to have to complete when you run the West Coast. But with a guy like this, you can do it easy. Hasselback. So try to outscore your opponents because it's going to be a chess match on defense, and at times you're just going to give up field position if you're playing the bend but don't break, and you're going to have to get into that red zone or somewhere down there and make a stop because they're going to be able to move on you unless you're blitzing, but I don't see how you're going to get in blitzing. And if you don't get in, which you're not going to get in often, I don't see how you're going to man up with everybody. And that's to the flats. Like, let's just say you do like the middle blitz and the quarterback throws hot to the flat routes to a back. Do you have anybody that can keep up with Adrian Peterson or Chris Johnson or any back with 90 speed, one-on-one, everybody manned up to the flats? Everybody has cleared out that area, so there's going to be no other tacklers in the area. Do you have anybody that fast? I don't think you do. This is why you have to play bend but don't break. And if you do blitz, you just know that you are taking a calculated gamble. And it's not like the Raiders where, okay, even if you don't get in, the defender is going to stick with the running back. It's not that way. It's this, it's risky. So you need to have four back. You need to have people in the flats. If you call man plays, you need to have two deep. Let's see if this is the one he scores on. Let's see. I come out in the three deep spy, and this is a run stopper. That is a great run stopper. He's passing though, and kind of got to give that up, because I was expecting run. And this is what I was telling you about. Now, once the audibles are set in the second half, then you'll see that I'll be able to slow down this no huddle a little bit. But I had to go into that linebacker contain because I'm looking for all these plays, and I'm like, where are they? Where are they? So at this point, I'm asking myself, where are the correct audibles? And they're not there, so I have to go to the linebacker contain. I don't think he's gonna run, and that's why I went to that. If I would have thought he would have, been running, then I would have went to the three deep. But in the audibles, I think it's the three deep blitz, where that middle linebacker blitzes instead of spies. And they're both good run plays. See, I have to just go basic here until the second. At the end of the second when I change. So, But as you can see, I'm still not going to just get beat on some type of blitz. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. Let's say you're in a man-to-man call. Let's just say inside blitz or strong safety blitz. And let's say that the guy throws deep, okay, to the wide receiver on the right side. That cornerback's awareness and actual success on that play is not going to be the same as if you just called a play where you drop that corner into a deep zone. Because then, especially if the corner is aware, he knows exactly where he's going to be. So remember that, guys. As you'll see in this game, there's going to be a lot of deep batted balls. And when you're talking about Brett Favre throwing a ball with that accuracy, and he has Berrien out there who's a pretty good player, you'll notice that oftentimes that deep ball is going to get batted down, and that's because there's a good corner out there, and he knows exactly where he's going to be. And as you can see here, it's just he's no huddling. I don't even have the plays in to really slow this down. At this point, I do have that three deep, but I'm pretty sure it's the one where he